Hello everyone, long time no see. This is Mr. So. Happy New Year. Wish you all a happy and very important, healthy red year. You are not seeing me face to face, therefore you must be having holiday. So I'm going to teach you chapter 12, the plants, using the YouTube channel. Please follow my video and try to learn at home on your own. Alright, so let's start. Let's have a very quick revision first. Chapter 12, before we end the holiday, no, before we start the holiday, it should be. We talk about pollination, right? What is this plant in here? This is a plant which use the insect pollination. The explanation is, let's take a look. What is this? This is an anther. And what about the thing in the very middle center? This is actually the stigma. Both the anther and the stigma, they are inside the petals. 喺花瓣入邊嘅。So therefore, this plant it must be the insect pollinated flowers. Just a very quick revision. And for the picture here, you can actually see it's obviously another type of plants which use another type of pollination. First of all, this thing which is hanging outside the flower is actually the anther. And for the white feathery thing in here, they're actually the stigma. So since both the anther and stigma, they are outside the petals, let me write it down. So these plant, it must be the wind pollinated flowers. Let me write it down. Wind pollinated flowers. Before the holiday, we also told you what happened after pollination. When the pollen grain they stick on the stigma, for example, in here, this is a pollen grain, they stick on the stigma. What happens? The sugary solution on the stigma will stimulate the growth, or what we call the germination, 發芽, of the pollen grain. So it is going to grow out a tube. And we call this very interesting tube from the pollen grain the pollen tube. The pollen tube in here, it is going to move down the style tissue by secreting some enzymes to digest the tissue of the style to make a tunnel going down all the way down to where? Down to the part called the ovule. And once the pollen tube, they grow all the way down into the ovary region in here, the pollen tube is going to go into the ovule. And this is where you will actually see the male gamete moving all the way down into the ovule and finally meet with the female gamete. So when the male gamete finally fills or combine or meet with the female gamete, it will finally form a fertilized egg 受精卵, or what we call a zygote. So both names are acceptable, fertilized egg or zygote, both are acceptable. And this process, we call it fertilization, 受精. And this is how the plants they try to reproduce to make a male gamete meet and fuse with the female gamete for fertilization. Alright, so right now let's take a look at this microscopic picture. The thing I'm circling in here, this one is actually the pollen grain. And when I put the pollen grain in some sugary solution, you can see these tube that grow out from the pollen grain is called the pollen tube. And you can actually find inside, although you can't see, there is actually a male gamete inside. So this is what the revision is for, and now after this part I will go to something new which you have to stay very focused. Please listen to the following new parts.